balcony of the beach house. Isn't it beautiful? You can see the ocean right in the background. There's 3 pools at the bottom right there. Then another pool over there. Yes, so I wanted to talk to you guys about conscious dating. And I just wanted to share a little bit of my world with you guys because I love you so much and how I've been living for 3 days now. The last 3 days. And I got my guest here, which is my sister, which is V. Everyone say hi to V. We decided to not really be on the camera and just give you guys this scenic view of where we are in this beautiful paradise. And it's truly so much more beautiful in person than what you actually are seeing on the screen. Hello, Nick. Hello, beautiful. I'm giving you a view outside my bedroom. This is outside my bedroom, okay, of the ocean. And they're going to boardwalk for us to get across to go to the ocean from here. Isn't it massive? And it just keeps going, 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 going. I love coming to my beach house. I come here like once a year. And I just kind of let my hair down, get away, things of that nature. I never really shared this publicly on YouTube. This is my very first time sharing something like this. Like, I usually keep my business to myself, but I just felt like I wanted to share a piece of my world with all of you. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm about to come and sit down. And we're about to have a discussion. Okay? We're about to talk about conscious dating because a lot of people don't know what that is. A lot of people are so used to dating from the 3D, and that is lower based dating, lower chakra dating. And then they wonder why they don't have love based connections or heart based connections. In my own experience, I can tell you that I've had honestly, all of my connections besides one, or actually two, resulted in marriage. So I haven't been with that many people. But the 2 husbands that I did date, I was celibate before I married them. And I'm celibate now. Celibacy is really okay when you're dating. A lot of people don't realize that. They feel like, oh, well, let me go ahead, especially women, let me give this person my body, let me have sex with them, let me throw it on them, you know, so that way I can secure him. You cannot secure a man through sex. You cannot keep a man through 3D thinking because a man that wants to be kept is a kept man from the beginning. He's going to stay because he wants to stay. There's not anything that you can do. You can be the best woman for that man. But if that man is not good enough for you, God's going to remove him from your life anyway because you're not in alignment, or her. Okay? So, in a conscious relationship, first and foremost, you have to know that universally speaking, the reason why you're in a relationship or the reason why you guys are crossing each other's paths is because you're in alignment. Period. You are what you attract. And thank you for liking. You are what you attract. And most people don't agree with this, but, we're not going to argue with people about the air. We're not going to say the air exists and someone say, no, it don't, because it just doesn't make sense. Because in theory and in practice, we all know it does. And that's, the same thing. That's the same scenario that I'm trying to convey. So in a conscious dating situation, you do things a lot differently. Because when you're conscious, you move different. First and foremost, you don't introduce sex early in the relationship. Because when you do that, You are barraged by feelings and emotions that will blindside you from the red flags that you need to pay attention to at the beginning of every relationship, because no matter how perfect a person is, there are always red flags because none of us are perfect. A person will always show you who they really are at the very beginning of the relationship. And a lot of times when we are in lower chakra based relationships, which are sexual relationships that we start from the beginning, we overlook some of the red flags because we've already been intimate and we feel like, oh my God, I already gave myself to this person. I already had sex with this person, so I have to stay. I have to settle. And then we'll be like, oh my God, this person changed. No, they did not change. They are now removing the mask. They had a mask at first. Everybody has a mask, you know? And you have to, as a conscious person, sit back and see what's up under the mask. I look at it like peeling back the layers to an onion when you're in a relationship with someone. When you first meet that person, you meet their representative. I don't care who they are. I don't care what conscious level they're on. We all put on our best performance and our best face when we're dating people. All of us do it. Because we want to impress you. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you are being true and your authentic self while you're trying to impress somebody. Don't come into the relationship doing shit that you know good and well that if this relationship continues, you're not going to do. Because then you're putting on a facade. All right? So always make sure that what you want from this relationship or partnership, that you're willing to give as well. Make sure that you're not trying to pour from an empty cup, because what's going to happen is the universe is going to mirror that shit back to you, and you're going to get into a relationship with someone who is not going to be willing to give you what? Reciprocity.
Absolutely.
And all relationships are about an even exchange and even give and take.
And with that being said, you just don't spread yourself, you know, thin with overthinking and just emotion instead of trusting the divine and enjoying the moment rather than try to build a future. I think
Right.
that's important as well. A lot of people try to build futures before really just evolving and living in the moment. Also, when you said putting eggs in one basket, that is so true. A lot of women just see potential and they go for potential and give their best. They whole cow, all the milk and all
To one
a
person.
potential. And this person is still out looking as well, you know.
Exactly.
If it's a question about you, then everything is still out on the table to be okay to date other people. And a lot of us women don't just date around and sleep around, as we say, because it's been so stereotyped that women have to be one way, men can do what they want to do for so long, you know, then it's a hoe or whatever. But I feel that conscious dating, you should be able to date multiple people, because as you
Absolutely.
stated, sex is not even on the menu at the moment
For
when
real.
you first meet someone.
Anyway.
Getting to know someone from the head down before the feet up is always the best option.
Amen.
Because you are allowing yourself to get to know someone from the inside out.
Hold it, 'cause it's the other way.
From the inside out. So when you're allowing someone to get to know you, you're opening yourself up to being vulnerable, being in a state that you've never really been into with the last person. You know, when you get with someone, you want to take new energy in all the time. But if you just stay with that one person in the very beginning of what you have going on to be your one egg in this basket, it's going to move around. It's going to move around. It's going to shake around. It's really not stable. It's not going to be stable. You're still shedding things from the past, you know, relationship. So coming into it, not bringing in that energy, one, but two, allowing other energies to come in and fill you wholly, so you don't feel like this one person needs to come in and fill everything that you're looking for. And like you said, Dr. Tyann, for it then to show that this is the person who you're not really into, and not that they're not being themselves, but, you know, you didn't allow that mask to come off and to really see that other side of them as well, to know if you wanted to deal with it, because you jumped so far in the bed women invest so much in relationships, and there are a few men that actually come in wanting to invest as well, but it's really tainted in the water. So I say finding someone that's really on your level is hard, but don't allow your conscience to think that you dating multiple people is a bad thing, or it makes you look some kind of way. If you just decide to give your body to everybody you date, that's a free will that you're deciding to do. But to consciously decide to get out and date, and spiritual dating is not of 3D.
No, it's not.
So what you see is people interacting, conversing, getting to know each other, spiritually, intellectually. That's when you're getting to learn someone. It's not of a physical touch, it is of intimacy, the communication, the comprehension in the communication. That's where that spiritual tie comes into
Understanding their
place.
love language, too.
Absolutely. Learning love languages to understand love languages, all that comes into a actual spiritual conscious relationship.
It does.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. So, going into that, there was something that I said, I was talking to you about that I wanted to address. Do you remember what I said? Because I said, everybody do it. And this is one thing that I want to address. So we can stop doing this in our relationships. I believe, okay, it's coming to me. I believe we as women, thank you, we as women are known for doing this most, is that we will find one person that we are heavily connected to and attracted to, and we'll give up everybody else. We'll be like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and just remove them from, the equation, because we found our one. But maybe that was the one for right now, but in our mind, we emotionally invested before they have even given a sound reason to emotionally invest. This man hasn't offered you anything lucrative. This man has not said anything about, future investments with you. He's only talked about his goals, and you made his goals your goals because you felt that attraction, you felt that connection. And then you emotionally bonded with someone before they gave you or laid down a foundation to make you feel safe, to make you feel secure, to make you feel stable. We do not set boundaries for one, and we do not set conditions. Conditions is very okay. Because sometimes we think that if I set a condition and they don't want to, I'm going to lose this person. Well, if you lose that person, that wasn't your person from the first place. Trust me, men do not have any qualms setting conditions, saying what they want. When a man say what they want and what they don't want, believe them the first time. It's 4 of you guys here. Can you please smash that like button, please and thank you? That really, you guys don't know that YouTube's algorithms is really messed up. And as a YouTuber, really by going live and uploading videos, if you guys don't like my videos, my stuff is not gonna go nowhere. It's just gonna stay in YouTube botland, sitting there as if my content is not good. And I'm not trying to be funny. I know I have good content. It's just that I don't have enough key players helping me to get it out there. And we depend on you guys so much. So if you could do that, I appreciate it. Well, back to what I was saying. We as women, and I'm not picking on us. I'm trying to help a lot of you to start moving consciously and doing things different in your relationships. And then you'll be able to minimize heartbreak, and you'll be able to attract the right person because you're in the right vibrational frequency in alignment. Okay? And there are times that even if you're in the right vibrational frequency in alignment, that things don't work out. And that's okay. It doesn't have a bearing on you. That means that person served their time. They fulfilled their soul contract that you had together. And it was time for you to move around to something else or someone else.
I feel like it would be less of a heartache. I feel like it would be less of a heartache and a gut stab if you did not keep one egg in the basket. You know, you actually dated multiple people, not sleep with multiple people, just
Exactly.
dated multiple people.
And that's
Even if you found one that you know you like, you may like him and want to, you know, or her, and you may want to mess with them. Whatever. We're grown. We're not saying that. I I get I get it that it's confusing sometimes, but what it is you won't be as hurt if you're dating someone and saying you realize they don't like you, you don't like them for whatever reason, and not to say that you have other people that you can date, but you didn't put all your eggs in one basket for 5 months with this one person, trying to get to know this one person, and it's there are still what ifs. If there are still what ifs, you are okay to date other people and make sure that it's clear, even though a lot of us have ego and pride and we don't want the people that we like, 'cause I like
Right.
them so much, I don't want nobody else to like them
possess
so
them.
much. Yeah, it's like possession over
Yeah.
something that's not technically yours yet.
Exactly.
So-
like, because you slept with that person, you automatically feel like that's your man or that's your woman.
Exactly.
When in their mind, they're just thinking that we're just having a good time.
Yeah, we're getting to know each other, we having a good time, and then I'm not feeling this no more, and then it doesn't work out, and then it goes south, and then we feel like it's us, and it's not necessarily us, just the way we're looking at things. And if we just redirected it differently and thought of it more so from dating from the head down than the feet up, what we think our hearts are getting involved to, we will find the fine line to realize
Right.
that shit wasn't love anyway.
Exactly. Or that person told us from the very beginning that they wasn't
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They told
We
us
heard
that
it.
they
You
told
know,
us, look,
we heard it.
look,
Did we
okay.
take that for face value?
It's like
No.
it's like, Mark comes in and he dates Sally. And Mark tells Sally, look, I ain't shit.
Yeah.
I love to sleep with multiple people. I love to have fun. But I also want to get married eventually. I want to settle down. I just don't know when.
Well, let me take the other one. Oh, yeah, I'm with somebody. I'm not happy though, and I'm just looking for that one to settle down with. I want that one to settle down with. So then you think maybe you're the only one that they dating and they do got something else going on, but really what they told you is they cannot make up their mind. They're indecisive and self-contradicting, and they cannot communicate how they truly feel.
Yep.
So they would rather just drag you along. And you don't hear that part. You hear that, damn, I maybe could be that one that can make them happy and they're going to be with me. Rather than hear
Exactly.
someone say, I'm going to stand for myself. I don't want to be in this relationship no more. I'm done with it. What you want to do?
Exactly. And there are so many people, you guys, that don't even know themselves. And when you're dating, you have to be, listen,
Open.
you have to be,
Listen red flags.
yes, you have to be
Intuition.
open. And as women, please do me a favor and talk less and allow
Listen more.
for yourself to listen more. Okay? Because, and feel more, because a man will tell you everything that you need to know on the first date. You don't even have, I know in my own experience, I don't have to, be like, oh, well, I really don't know. On the first date, I know everything that I need to know if I want to continue dating you or if I want to go ahead and throw you back to the streets.
You know, women do the same thing. You know,
Yeah.
they'll come in and they'll paint you a dream too, knowing that they
Yeah.
got somebody at home and they really not happy with what they have going on. They'll paint a dream.
Yeah.
And they'll tell a man, what he wants to hear too is just all about that conscious dating, and it's okay to realize that you're dating spiritually from the head down, not the feet up.
Exactly.
Because people can just lie and do whatever. You sit back, you looking silly because you gave your body and you feel like that you've invested into just the wrong one, and we just didn't hear them for face value in the beginning when they do tell you
Yeah.
that this is who they are.
I got a woman at
what they
home.
want, or they
Yeah.
do, I'm single, yeah, I'm looking for that one, you know what I'm saying? And really, it's like 5 of them coming on in being that one. you know?
Exactly. And what about those that come to you and tell you, I do have a woman at home. I do have a baby mama, but we're having problems right now. We haven't slept in 2 years. Okay? That's a red flag.
Red flag.
Okay, so this means that you're telling me consciously that you have attachment issues. You don't know how to let go. Because once you stopped that intimacy 2 years ago, you should have left.
Should left.
What are you staying for?
And
Okay?
that's where toxicity comes in. I feel like a person really learns how to be manipulative,
Yep,
So if you
absolutely.
can stay in a relationship for 2 years and you really not this happy, and you decide
Right.
that this is where you are and you couldn't communicate that, I just feel like what would make it different with you, if we just were walking into stuff consciously listening to what's being told to us and then acting surprised later, it would be very helpful.
Exactly. So people tell you everything that you need to know. You just have to listen. Because there's a lot of times
Women and men.
where I had to reflect, yeah, women and men, because this is not about one sex over the other. It's, it applies to all. And it's not about the sexual orientation. My thought was, I was going somewhere, girl. When you
I'm
said that, you
sorry.
just, you changed my whole
I'm
thought.
sorry.
It's okay.
I just know personally, thinking as we're talking, because it is a deep thing. I really hope that people get something from this conversation that you're
Right.
having with them, because it's so, conscious dating is real. It's a real thing. It makes the world of a difference.
It does.
To look at things differently.
And from a different
From a
perspective.
different perspective.
And one thing that I realized is that in times past, I used to only date one person because I'm like, I don't want to, do to someone what I don't want done to me, done to you. Dating, you don't own nobody. Dating somebody is getting a chance to know somebody. That's the reason why our great grandparents, that's the reason why they stayed in their marriages, is because they courted. And when they courted more than one person. They got a chance to meet different people, and then they realized who they wanted to be with finally. Okay, they didn't just say, well, there were some that just knew. Okay, you hear those stories where I seen your grandmama, and I seen that red hair, that was fine. I knew she was gonna be my wife,
I feel like strong men, that's where it come from. I
Right.
don't want to be a player
No more.
But,
Exactly.
so it's like they know what they want. They gonna tell you. I'm dating these multiple women, but no. I like your grandma. I found her and I
Right.
seen her and I had to
I had to
marry
let-
her.
yeah, I had to marry
that's standing
her.
for yourself, though.
Exactly, because a man will always go after what he wants. If you're still in a relationship and you're trying to decide what's your position and where you stand, you in the wrong relationship. Because from the very beginning, a man is going to tell you what he wants, and he's going to tell you where you fall. Okay?
Show you.
He's going to show you. I had a scenario where a man told me, girl, I want to be your friend. And the more and more that we kept talking, he was like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am so interested in you. I want to impress you. Like, I want to impress you. I want to get a chance to know you more. So it's like, a man will test you out and he'll say something just to see how you'll respond. Okay? And then if you are connected and they feel connected, they'll open up and they'll be like, okay, listen, this is how it's all gonna lay down. Just, you know what? He told me, just follow my lead. Just follow my lead. I can do that because one thing that I'm not gonna do is jump the gun. Because if I jump ahead of you, I'm not gonna be able to see what's behind me. Okay? So a lot of us, when we are, and I'm gonna go back to women on this because I have to go back interchangeably.
I mean, you're talking to us. We
Yeah.
are in this together. We are going through life things. It's important. I feel like if more women were open, so thank you.
Yeah.
To talk to us.
Yeah,
It's
one
open debate.
one mistake that we do as women is that we start sizing the man up. We start from the day that we start dating this person, seeing a future with this person. Don't do that. One thing about conscious dating is that there is no emotions attached. Do not put your emotions. The Bible says that guard your heart, from out of it comes the resources of life. Guard your heart. Conscious dating means guard your heart. Eventually, you will be open, you will be vulnerable after someone has given you the platform and the foundation to be. Your heart is precious. Your heart is a treasure. You don't let anyone into your treasure chest unless they have value. Unless they bring something to add to your treasure chest, they cannot get in. They cannot get in. And if you're intimate prematurely, all that is going to do is throw off the energy in the relationship and put you in confused mode. People are not confused because they can't decide if a person is right or wrong for them. You can clearly see that a person is right. You can clearly see that a person is wrong. But sex will make you crazy in the head and delusional. And that's how fools in love are born. Fools in love are born because we prematurely give ourselves to people that haven't even invested anything into our relationship.
They haven't invested what we really are looking for. They have invested potential.
Right, and you
And
can't go off of
You
potential.
cannot. You can't. And it's hard. Because their representative is a ooh,
It's easy. It's easy to fall for
you know?
the rosy colored glasses. It's easy in that cupcake stage
You know?
because everybody feelings are heightened. Okay? Because this is new. It's exciting. It's exciting for you. It's exciting for your person. And so everybody is in this utopia. You can do no wrong, okay? Because you called me when you said you were to call me, when you drove home, you text me, or you called me and let me know that you were in. Like everything is just so consistent right now. So it's like, oh, okay, this is good. All right, but here's the thing. You don't even know if this person is going home to another person while they text you. You just don't know. This is why you got to get in a state of mind where as you're growing to learn someone else, you're also growing to learn yourself. Because conscious relationships are definitely divine mirrors, and it doesn't have to be your twin flame. Even soulmates are a divine mirror. Every relationship that you have is a divine mirror to your soul, even non-sexual relationships. So as you are in this relationship, you have to ask yourself, when I'm around so-and-so, how do I really feel? Do you feel open with this person? Do you feel reserved with this person? These are things that you need to ask yourself when you're not, okay, with this person. And I'm going to say one last thing, and then you can go ahead.
This is what you said. I wanted to bring up what you
Okay.
had stated
Okay.
when you were talking about, gosh, Dr. Tanya.
Okay, let me continue and
Yeah,
talk.
no,
and
do
then you
your
can
thing.
break
That's
it
why
up.
I just wanted to bring up what you had stated about the sex thing. Yeah,
Right.
go ahead. It'll come back to me directly.
Oh my God, he just texted me.
That's cute.
I gotta,
See what's happening?
yeah, because
Okay.
you know we got a date today. So, anyway, you guys, I was gonna say Tory Roberts, which is Sarah Jake's husband. One night I had fell asleep listening to some subliminals. Hello, Dana Wayna. I fell asleep listening to some subliminals, some self-love subliminals. I've been doing this like for the last 30 days now. It's been 30 days for us. Me and V been doing it together. She's my accountability partner. And he came on, and I woke up to him saying, if you are dating someone and they don't feel like God, y'all don't hear me though. If you are dating someone and they don't feel like the very presence of God is there, you're not with the one. So many of us, we want to put the cart before the horse because we choose someone, and then when things go sour, then we want to bring God in. God, can you bring this person back? God, can you change this person for me? God, I really love this person. You know what I'm saying? And that is not the way that you do it. Because God didn't choose that person for you in the first place. You chose that person.
What's chosen from God is gonna show that it's from God.
And what
And it won't be ever shaken.
And-
Those are the ones that you hear truly like.
That's
That is
right.
the destined true love.
That's
right there,
right.
And everything is in free will. That meant that both of them trusted in divine just enough to consciously walk into that relationship and stay there.
Exactly.
So, you're speaking of conscious dating. That's true.
You guys, I'm gonna have to make a part two because I gotta go on a date in an hour and a half, and I gotta figure out where I'm going. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna conclude with this. With conscious dating, just be open. Be open to more than dating just one person. And don't look at it as, oh my God, I'm sending energy here. No, you're not sending no energy because remember, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, and you're not scattering your forces because you're not giving or investing anything until you see that same energy reciprocated back to you.
What you did state was that when you have sex and you're spiritual ties with someone, they are connecting. So it's creating its own chromosome like DNA with each person that you are sexually active with.
Yeah.
It is taken away from that spiritual consciousness, especially if you are dating multiple people. Because if you're dating multiple people, if you're safe with it, we're grown. Some people are dating and they are
And that's
sleeping with
okay.
multiple people.
If they're
You know
conscious
what I'm
and
saying?
they agree to that, that's them.
That's on them, but I feel personally, not to say personally too, but spiritually and consciously dating, sex could not be nowhere in the equation and have just that. What made me think of what you had stated, that's what you were talking about when you were saying how it intertwines, and so you can spiritually connect and you can spiritually consciously date without it being sexual. Once it's sexual, you are creating chromosome ties and bonds that you weren't ready for, that don't need to exist when you are just trying to date to find your one that God does have for you, because that's wasted energy.
It is, and sometimes you can
So-
you can get in your own way and delay your own path to the one coming to you.
Spirit has a way of showing you things and leading you in the right places. Mother, Father, God has a sense of humor. With what you feel when you're moving, trust those guts and that intuition about people. Don't
That's
be
right.
afraid to cut people off. If you are sexual with people, it does grow ties, bonds, and DNA.
Yeah.
That's what I thought
Soul
I forgot,
DNA.
but I remember, yeah. And you're creating those soul strings, ties, connections,
Cords.
bonds, cords, you're sending that love out. That love is being spread thin, so now it's dispersing, out to everyone and taken away from you. And really, that's something you don't have to give up. You can have so much intimacy, but getting to know someone from the head down rather than the feet up is how you can definitely conscious date. And it is okay to consciously date multiple people.
It is.
It's on you where you take it, but it's okay. And be honest, Why not be honest? People honest about them wanting to just, see what they want to see out here for you to be an option. Be honest that they options too, They options until you show me, because I'm the one that you need to be wanting.
They're options until they make me their priority.
Until they make me a priority. You will be
right.
an option.
Okay, you guys.
For you.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and end it. Love you guys. I'll try to come back if I have some time. We have a whole schedule today. We have just been so busy for the last 3 days. Like, we've been moving. So thank you so much.
Self-love.
Self-love is what it's all about. You guys put yourself first. And that's another thing that I want to leave you with. There's so much to say,
Yes.
but you guys, I honestly, I have something I have to do, and I have to cut it short. But make sure that you always have you on the menu. Not be selfish, but always make sure that if it's something that makes you feel uncomfortable, that you don't go against yourself. You don't violate yourself in order to accommodate someone else. Because I have, and I can admit to this in times past before I was awakened, I did that. Because I wanted the person so bad, and I felt like if I said no, I would rock the boat. So there has been times that I might have, prematurely did something early. We all have things that we say we won't do in a relationship. And I did some of those things I said I wouldn't do because I felt like I had to accommodate this person because I wanted this person so bad. Okay, that right there, that is not showing yourself self-love. Because
You have to know you and stand for you.
you have to know you and stand for
If you
you.
don't stand for you, who will?
Exactly. And then
It's
they're
okay to compromise, but
right.
you won't take me out of my character for me to bend on doing something I know I don't want to do. ever again.
Exactly.
That's being too
So, so in your compromising, if that puts you in a position to where you lower your standards, don't do it. A compromise should be mutual, and it should feel good on both ends.
You're right.
It should be a win-win for both of you. Okay? All right, you guys, I love you immensely. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll try my best to do a part 2. Love you all. Namaste.